Hey guys, Shadow Dragon here. This is coming up later than it should be, but this is Philosipher Fridays on Saturday, Philosipher Saturdays, whatever. But if I do have to, miss a Friday for some reason or something, it'll be on Saturday, and I'll just move Saturday over to Sunday. I'll kinda just, because sometimes I will have things on weekends, I might move the Saturday vlogs over to Sunday, or I'll just leave it a bit free open, so if you don't see it Saturday, it'll be Sunday, but I'll have another video up tomorrow. I went to MobyCon, or whatever, which kind of reveals my area, but where I'm at, if you know how to look that up. But anyways, it's just Comic-Con. First one I ever went to, just trying to figure out what it was. It was more of a cosplay thing, which I'm not against cosplay. I think it's pretty cool, but if it's gonna be a cosplay thing, I want to dress up myself, and I was not prepared for that. Anyways, I did buy one or two things. Behind me, you might be able to see, I'm gonna move the camera a little bit, is a poster that I bought there, Sonic Mario. I'll move it closer, I think. I apologize for the shaky camera, for anybody that gets sick like that. But there's that. Here I am again, my beautiful face. I'm just kidding. We're doing, Will You Press the Button? But before we start that, there are a couple things I'm kind of going over. I'm trying to buy a couple things to, just spicing up the thing, everything around me. And that's here or there. I might put something over here now that I look at the, how the camera is set. I might just move the Sonic and Mario over there or something else. But I also got a couple plushies just to lay in the background on some shelf. So let's write off our plushie members. So okay. I also have an idea to use for them. Think what you may. But whatever. Freddy! Fredbear. I kinda just got the gang of Five Nights at Freddy's, normal gang, Chica. Pause it if you want to see her even more. And I'll set them in the background whenever I have a chance. And Bonnie, which kinda looks like Shadow Bonnie. Like in person, I can see kind of looks a little bit more bluer in the webcam. And Foxy. As for let me get my hand out of the face. Foxy. It could be Shadow Bonnie. I don't know why a lot of the plushies of Bonnie were purple. Like when I look at Bonnie, I see a blue bunny, usually. Yoshi. I got this one at the MobyCon. The others were just ordered. I saw all the characters for 20 bucks. So, there we go. And on to Will You Press the Button? Let's see. You can discover the meaning of life. You may never communicate with anyone, but you may never communicate with anyone in any way, shape, or form ever again. So basically, you can't tell the other people the meaning of life. But I would think, well, this kind of depends on whatever the meaning of life is. If it's like separate for each person, then, and my purpose doesn't have much to do with communication, I'm, if at all, then there's no downside, except for not being able to talk to people. But even then, I can just help them out, and that in and of itself is, depending on what it isn't really communication. Let's see. So let's press the button. Let's be shellfish. Shellfish. Oh, Baconation 5. Oh gosh. 42. I'm sorry. That's always hilarious, and always when someone says a number for the meaning of life. No. No, and yeah, it's kind of funny. So I have to rate it to go on the next one. That was good. You keep your youth and virility until the day you die. That person. Spelling. I'm not the best speller in the world, but virility? You know. You have no control over your body's needs, aka you don't feel hunger or know when your bladder is full. Yeah, it kind of depends on what you're talking about here. If I can't control my body in any shape, way, or form, I can't even control how I move. If it's just like hunger and bladder, diapers. I mean, that kind of sucks, but if you got youth and vitality or whatever till you die, that's pretty awesome. And just have as for hunger, that's a little bit harder, but your body does show you symptoms. Like, you may not feel precisely hunger, but your lips will dry up if you need something to drink. And that kind of usually already happens. You just won't feel like actually drinking anything, aka no appetite, but you'll know that you need to drink something. So if you can force yourself to drink when you need to, that's fine. Also, it depends on what time this is in, and this is where philosophy comes into. If you're later on, or maybe even today, we might have some technology that says, hey, you need to eat, or you need to drink something, or you need to go to the restroom. So it also depends on that. I would press it because of that. And only because of the future technologies and whatnot. 54% did not. I'm not a normal person, obviously. I like what that person said. If I'm like 8, no. And that's a good point. But I would think it wouldn't actually be an age, because certain things, like certain parts of your body, are optimal at different parts of your life, like your hearing or whatever. Hearing when you're mid-teen or whatever. But your sweat and get tired, tiredness or endurance a little bit younger or something like that. So it wouldn't be an age, it would just be an optimal thing or whatever. It's weird. You can fly, but buttons blind you if you look directly at them. What is this? I mean, you can fly. Really, if I can fly, button blinding me isn't going to bother me much, especially since I can just stop midair. Because what they usually talk about is just wings, which can hold you up sometimes depending on what you are. Oh, that's a whole another subject by itself. Depending on what you are. And usually you won't be looking at buttons. I mean, just buttons. Really. On where's what? Oh gosh. 60 people pressed the button and 40 didn't. I mean, this was okay, but I'll give it a bad just because it has nothing to do with not exactly nothing, but very little to do with each other. Ability to travel to any period of time. You'll not be able you'll not be able to a different sense every time, but it comes back when you get to the present. Okay, this person. Can people learn English? I'm not exactly a professor at it, but the English in this is horrible. You will not be able to differentiate sense every time. I don't know what this is saying. I honestly don't know what it's saying. I will not. It's just bad, because I cannot tell what it's saying. English. You will become Batman. This includes the loss of your family, the lack of emotional connection with people, and the enemies trying to kill you. I'm Batman. Jay. I mean, honestly, our lives are always getting better and worse at the same time. So, I mean, anybody. Okay, this is a tough. Not really tougher, but hard to explain. And I may lead down the wrong track of what I'm trying to explain. What? You're the Batman. You are a iconic hero, villain, anti-hero, whatever you want to call it. That alone, and Batman becomes a really stinking powerful and almighty being in the DC universe. So, yeah, this kind of sucks, but he's not totally lack of emotion connection, because he doesn't want people dying, including several girlfriends and whatnot. He's a player. And I mean, you get used to, or not really used to, but settled, so to say, with people trying to kill you. You'll become Batman. That was okay. I think people are afraid of all the pain and whatnot, which is why. But oh well. You become the Prime Minister of Hungary, whatever. Sorry if I'm messing up, if anybody from Hungary is watching. Who is also the head of the mafia, and also get loads of money. You will have your office for a minimum of 8 years, and everyone of your country will hate you forever, and you'll burn in the deepest fringes of hell. No. Simply because that hell hurt. I'm sorry, religious or not, most religions that include hell have it as a very, very, very horrible place that no one ever wants to go to. So, this is automatically no. Only because of that. Maybe not only. You all have your awesome, yeah, and everybody hates you. I mean, that's a minor point, though. "30 people have pressed the button. 70 did not. Okay, rate them out. There is no hell. Well, he has the right to his own opinion. I did get a little bit triggered, but oh well. I wonder if there's any drama. Magically sending people. Okay, this has gotten really weird. I have no clue what was going on in that one. Whatever. You have the ability to control anything with your mind, but every time you do, you get an almost unbearable headache. Almost. If it was, it kind of hinges on that unbearable headache part. You can ability to control anything with your mind. I don't like headaches. I mean, honestly, since it's almost unbearable, I'm pretty sure I would have been fine, but I just don't like headaches. "68 people have pressed the button. Oh yeah, you don't have to use it. I just only use it when I had to. Or whatever I was controlling was worth it for the extreme headache." It is pretty good. "You will smell a pleasant aroma for 10 seconds. Okay, this is very minuscule, I think. But while walking barefoot sometime within the next year, you will accidentally step on a Lego. You won't know when or where this will happen, only that it will." Legos hurt? I mean, how bad are we stepping on this? Are we just, stepping on the top half or bottom half or a corner? Because honestly, if it was just the top portion where those holes are, it would hurt, yes. But every other portion of that Lego is pure hell. Except for maybe depending on how you step on the side. Whew. So I will, I'm kind of 50-50 on that. And it kind of shows in the polls too, 55 and 45. Not worth it. Not worth it. That's pretty good. Think I might end it on the next one. Perpetual world peace. Humanoids can't reproduce naturally and are created as adults in labs. There will never be another child on Earth. So the human life. Okay, world peace. Let's talk about that for a second there. World peace usually when I think about it, I'm pretty sure in general means we don't fight each other. Doesn't mean people don't die. We just don't fight each other anymore. That doesn't mean diseases don't are gone. So we still get diseases, we still get natural disasters and whatnot, and a whole anything of that nature. So if the labs are destroyed, then bye bye everyone. We're not reproducing. So that's kind of here or there. I mean, I think if we're having world peace though, usually at least a couple labs will be used here or there, and usually we can keep ourselves alive unless it's a big natural disaster, like not a big, but you get my point. Something that we're not prepared for, or our houses aren't ready to deal with. So I'm gonna go with pressing the button. Yeah, let's go and get one more. That was pretty good. 50-50, that was, oh gosh, wouldn't be surprised. You get 10 free private Beatles concert. You can't listen to any of their songs after the concert. I mean, this might get me shot down by a bunch of people or whatever, but I don't care for the Beatles. Like, don't get me wrong, I do like to listen to them whenever they come up, but I mean, so this actual question doesn't bother me, because I don't really care for it, so to say. I mean, you'll get my point, I guess. Keith, Beatles are here or there. I like them when I hear them, but I wouldn't be disappointed if they weren't there. So I'm just gonna, I will not, because then I can hear them in general. It took me an hour to decide this. I finally choose not to press the button. My life would be meaningless if I could not listen to the Beatles. You need to get some meaning then. I'm sorry, but the Beatles are not life. Some people out there are probably going to argue with that, but it's not something to die over. I'm not sure. I'd go with this. For me, it was bad. Get an extra $1,000 every month. Eat ramen at least 3 times a day. But eat ramen at least 3 times a day. I'm sorry, I blanked out and just totally forgot what I just read. Get an extra $1,000. That would be nice. But for ramen 3 times a day? No. I would get so sick of ramen. It wouldn't be funny at all. Now, I don't eat ramen often, just because I don't usually come upon it. And I think sometimes I liked it and sometimes I didn't. So I guess it depends on the ramen itself. Bad because it doesn't make me think that much. Okay, I'm gonna leave it on this one. You can control your and anyone else's future by writing it down in a diary/notebook. That book is linked to your lifeline, so if it gets damaged, you are severely injured/killed. Okay. No. Oh, I was supposed to leave that for y'all. I am leaving it for y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you my answer though. No. I'm gonna leave y'all to think about it though. That I will do. So, without further ado, Shadow Dragon out.